Welcome to Marc New World, the podcast about real transformations and inspiring journeys. I'm Mark, and this is my story. My ups, downs, and victories on the road to weight loss. But I'm not alone. I'll be talking to amazing guests who've conquered their own challenges and are here to motivate you too. It's not just about losing weight, it's about gaining life. This is Marc New World. Let's take the first step together.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Marc's New World, the podcast. Since the last podcast, I have had bariatric surgery and I'm now down 61 pounds and a half. So, on this month's episode, I am going to be talking to another good friend who is on Monjaro, and we'll find out all about their experiences. So, hi Dan,
Hiya.
how are you? You okay?
Not bad, not bad. How are you?
I'm okay, thank you. Thank you for joining me on Mark's New World, the podcast.
You're welcome.
So, let's kick off the podcast with what made you want to have Monjaro, and have you tried any of the other kind of weight loss things before?
I wanted to do something about my weight anyway, because being a big broad bloke just doesn't feel comfortable to me. So obviously I mentioned it to my doctors, who referred me to see a diabetic nurse, due to obviously suspected diabetes, due to the amount of energy drinks I drink. It wasn't until I spoke to the diabetic nurse that she put me on the Monjaro jab. And basically it took off from there, really. And yeah, it's going all right, to be fair.
Do you think it's improved your mental health?
Yes, I do. Yes. I can see small changes in myself, but it's when I see people that haven't seen me for a while that they say, "Oh, you look really good. You know, you've lost weight and things." And hearing that makes me feel good.
It really does. So I went to a family gathering on Saturday. So I've now lost 4.5 stone throughout
Massive.
my journey since whenever I started. I can't remember. Is it start of November or before? I think it was before then. I think it was a month
For
before.
November.
Yeah. So I am looking different. My face has like shrunk. I think it's like I've had
Yeah.
liposuction. Like it's just gone
It's a little...
like that. And people were saying how incredible that I look, and it really does give you a good sense of confidence, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. It's to hear somebody say, "Oh, do you know what I mean? You look good." You can tell that it's working, and it's for me. It is a confidence boost. It's like, okay, I'm doing something good.
Yeah, it definitely is. So what does it do for you, the Monjaro? Because it does different things for everybody else.
Um, I mean, obviously, assisting me in losing weight, it kind of gives me the more energy, like gives me more energy. Like obviously, the more the more weight I lose, the more energetic and the more sort of like get up and go seems to be there more. I don't feel as lethargic, which is quite nice actually, to be fair.
Yeah, that's one of the real benefits of it. Now, I am finding things that I used to maybe struggle with a little bit, like say putting socks on now. I
Hmm.
find that really easy, and I used to have to like tackle my legs and pull it up and hold it up. Now I can just bend over and put my sock on, which really does help in the
Yeah,
process of getting ready in the morning. So, what do you think is the worst thing about having Monjaro?
I think the only thing really that's been uncomfortable for me is I've had a few issues with stomach cramps. Not major. It's just sort of niggly, if anything. It's not uncomfortable. It's not like severely uncomfortable or anything like that. It's more niggly. But other
Yeah,
than it's been fine.
yeah, it can get you feeling like that. So, we talked a little bit earlier about your obviously it's affected your mental health in a positive way.
hmm
How do you think that it has? What do you think it's done?
I think knowing that I'm losing the weight, it helps me sit there and think, well, because I'm losing this weight, I'm able to move quicker. I'm able to do things more. I'm able to walk further, obviously without feeling out of breath or, huffing and puffing and things like that. And it's just like the small things like that, really, that they add up. And I think, yeah, this I'm enjoying this. And not only that, do you know what I mean? Losing weight and being able to fit into a smaller size clothing is also a bonus.
Yeah, that's a great bonus. I went to buy a new shirt on Saturday morning. I decided that I'm having a new shirt for this family meal that we went to,
hmm
and it's a shop I go in quite a lot to buy my clothes. So when you're bigger, there's only certain places you can go really. So I was there, and they all know me. So, and she told me that I wasn't buying a shirt, well, the size of the shirt because it was far too big.
hmm
So normally I would have a 6XL, but now I'm in a 4XL. So that's fantastic.
That is, you've been smashing it. I've been watching your journey and I've been following along, and
I have
you've been smashing it.
I have been giving it my all, my best that I can give. So, is there any foods now that you don't like that you used to like before, but now you just can't tolerate?
Um, I seem to have found that I have gone off of chocolate quite a bit. I
Yeah,
don't. I mean, I have a little bit now and again, but
yeah,
I don't crave it like I used to.
yeah.
And
I used to crave chocolate.
crisps, I could eat crisps by the bag full. Now, I can take it or leave it.
What would the best bit advice that you would give to somebody that wants to maybe look into starting the Monjaro journey?
I would say myself, give it some serious consideration and give it some serious thought, because it's all well and good, obviously having the injection and doing that in eating things, but you've also got to have a positive mindset as well. Because if you've not got that positive mindset, you just think, oh yeah, I'm going to have my injection this week, and that's it. It's not going to be that beneficial, I think personally.
No, I agree with you. Um, what would you say are things not to do while you're taking Monjaro?
Um, well, but just make sure that you drink loads. Definitely keep hydrated is one of the things. Obviously, I've learned. It definitely increases my thirst, so I'm constantly wanting to drink, which is a good thing, because before I was like, yeah, it is what it is. Um, but to be fair, yeah, definitely drink loads and keep hydrated.
Yes, I would agree with you there. Keeping hydrated is one of the biggest things on Monjaro, because otherwise all your organs will be all shriveled and you might not survive,
Be
really.
weekly.
So, how much have you lost in total on Monjaro?
Since I started, I think it's just under £30 in total.
Has you had some ups and some downs?
Yes, I think it was middle of February. I put weight on and I got really annoyed with myself and I got angry with myself because I'd done
Yeah.
so well. And then obviously putting that bit of weight on, I'm like, So it's just, I suppose it makes me work even more harder.
Yeah, it is so difficult sometimes with it because sometimes it just doesn't work. So the food noise is there, and you want to have that food that you know you shouldn't be having, but you're gonna have it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Well, thank you for joining me on this month's version of Mark's New World, the podcast, episode 2.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it.
Well, you carry on with your journey because you are doing absolutely amazing.
Thank you. I am giving it my best. Well, obviously, I've only got 20% of a stomach now. They took 80% and fed it to the dogs. I don't think they did,
They
but
enjoyed, bless them.
that's what I like to think. A very expensive meal it was that for them. It
Yes,
cost a
definitely.
lot. But yeah, so yeah, thank you for joining me, and I'll speak to you soon.
No worries. Take care.
So that was Summer on episode 2 of the podcast. So as you heard me say, I had my bariatric surgery on the 3rd of March. That was an interesting experience on my YouTube channel, Mark's New World. On the results are in, I think it's the 7th or 8th is the date. I can't quite remember. There is the process on there of what I went through on the date. I'll be back in April. Until then, thank you, and I'll see you in April.